But for as bad as Monday Night Raw has been, and it has been awful, this is as bad as it has ever been. As bad as it's been, I have to give praise to the job that they are doing with R-Truth and the ugly green clock belt. Was it last week or the week before? I said the one thing I wanted to see them do with this title, to really make it entertaining, was borrow a page from the Crash Holly playbook when he was the hardcore champion defending under the 24/7 rule, and they filmed a series of skits each week, not backstage, not in the ring, but outside the arena, in various locations. Like the memorable one they did at Funtime USA here in Brooklyn when Funtime was still actually a thing. Unfortunately, now it isn't. But the Funtime USA skit going down the super slide into the ball pit, right? Then they did another one at an airport where the Mean Street Posse went after him for the championship. Those were fun. I like it when they leave the arena setting and they come up with these creative segments like this. Those were fun. Those were entertaining. And I said that's the sort of thing that they need to start doing. If they start doing that, I can get behind that. There's been rumors of them maybe doing 24/7 segments that are exclusive to YouTube, which we saw this past week. You know, a couple weeks ago there were stories about that. It would be exclusive to YouTube or Instagram, or they would film them at the Performance Center. Yes, please, give us more of that. And that's exactly what they've started doing. First with the golf course skit, they had R-Truth and Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal in full ring gear, mind you, on the golf course, which was quite the sight. He rolls up Truth to win the title, and then Truth rolls him back up, wins the title back, right? So that was one segment. And these segments, by the way, they're resonating. Just look at the numbers that these R-Truth segments are getting on WWE's YouTube channel. That video with Truth and Jinder on the golf course has over 5 million views. A Jinder Mahal segment has over 5 million views. The video of Cesaro pulling the table out from under the ring here on Raw this week with Truth on the table has over 2 million views. More than the Triple H Randy Orton segment. More than the Firefly Funhouse. Even more than the Undertaker videos from last Monday. The video of Jinder pinning Truth on the tarmac before their flight to Saudi Arabia, and then the stuff on the plane when Truth pinned him while he was sleeping to win the belt back, which I thought was great, is just another sign that Truth is making this work. I mean, they deserve credit for it too, because they're scripting these segments and putting them together. So I give them all credit, but Truth in particular, he's great. He is the perfect person for this role. Like Crash was back then. Crash was perfect for that role. He was small, he could get away from you and fit into small places, and I mentioned the ball pit thing, right? You couldn't do that with a big guy. So he was tailor-made for that kind of thing, just like Truth is here. You know, when I was listening to the Moxley interview that he gave Chris Jericho on his podcast a few weeks ago, he mentioned Truth. I remember, I think it was during that interview, not the Keller one, but he mentioned R-Truth as somebody who, he'll just take whatever they give him and he'll do it. But he makes it work, because Truth is awesome. So he could take this corny bullshit and actually make it entertaining. And that's what he's doing here with this 24/7 title. Now, does it make the lower card guys look like dorks? The way they chased Truth around for this thing? Yes, of course it does. But you know what? As far down on the card as a lot of these guys have been sort of buried and pushed down, they already look like dorks. So I mean, why should this be any different? You know, and I wouldn't chase after that belt if you dip the fucking thing in chocolate. But they have found a way to make these segments entertaining. So you know what? I tip my hat to them on that.